What kind of things do we look for in the future?
He was missing me.
What's our favorite thing to do at the store?
You're so sweet. It's not. What does like your week look like? Saturday is my favorite thing.
Hey guys, welcome to the Coffee Snob podcast. I'm Lance here. This is my lovely wife, Chelsea. She's going to be joining us today. And yeah, it's good to have you. We had a really good conversation last time, and we're just going to kind of continue that. We had some kind of questions that we were going to answer. And one is, what does our normal week look like here at the store? Another one is, what kind of things do we look for in the future? Like where's our vision going? What do we want to do next? What's our favorite thing to do at the store? And then there was one more. Go.
Let's talk about how we juggle. I mean, because our whole lives aren't a business, but how we juggle our family life, our other like work that we do, our home life, our social life, our church life.
So right now we're really, we're in a really busy season because it's getting like into August, and so, school's starting back up, and we homeschool. We're part of a co-op, so, I can say she homeschools. I come and I smile and I pat the kids on the head and I say, "You're doing a great job," and I take them to practice sometimes. So we're part of like a co-op, and so sports are starting up. Things are getting wild. We have something like every single day of the week. It's just a really busy season. And we have two businesses. We have, friends that, we like to hang out with and we want to invest in. We have podcasts to do. We have, all kinds of stuff going on all the time. But how do we juggle that? Like, so what's something we can just dive into that?
I think that it's not, juggling is like a common term, but really what we're doing is we're really prioritizing some things. And I think really like kind of figuring out your priorities and then finding a balance that works for you. And so we've been growing a lot, just even in this last year, because last year, we really started doing more with our local homeschool co-op. And I love the store.
And we got one in high school now.
We got one in high school this year, one in junior high. We have 5 kids, if I didn't say that before. And so they are 14, 12, 10, 6, and 2. And so we have all ranges and high school, junior high, upper elementary, lower elementary, and preschool. And so, before preschool, toddler, owning a business and being present in our business and present for our employees and tending to the needs of our stores and our managers, and then also tending to our family, it can be really challenging. And so I think that we're still learning a lot, really. When I come at it humbly, because I'm we're not doing it all that great, but we're doing it. And so I think that really our children in our home are a priority over our store. And over our children in our home, I think a priority is us and our marriage. Yeah. And then I feel over our marriage, a priority is our walk and our faith.
Our relationship with the Lord.
Our relationship with the Lord.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point to make. And I feel like the priority list of dedication in your life is the thing that keeps you on the rails when you start going really fast. And because we have this hierarchy almost of priorities where we realize that our relationship with one another, if that breaks down, then our relationship with our children will inevitably break down. That our children won't be taken care of. And if we don't have our priorities straight in our personal lives, where we're living with this life committed to our faith and taking the time and the energy to actually pour into that, if we're not doing that personally, then our marriage will break down. And then if our family breaks down, what's a business? What's the point? What's the end goal? So we have these priorities because that's the only way the structure stands, really, is, you've got the foundation of our faith, and then we've got the foundation of our marriage, and we've got the foundation of our family. And then the thing that can be even added to that is then our relationship with everybody else. That's going to fall under what this place is, our relationship with our employees, and our relationship with our customers, and our relationship with our community, relationship with our church. So yeah, I feel like that's a really good point, is the prioritization of the right things in the right places. Yeah, so we're here in the store, and there's coolers cutting on and off, and the espresso machine's doing its thing, and there's a fly or two buzzing around because we are in the middle of nowhere, and there's just farms everywhere. So we've got a lot of dairies in the area. We've got a lot of farmland. Cattle are everywhere. And so, yeah, it's flies are part of the atmosphere. Just welcome. Look, this is my friend right here.
No, it's not.
Yeah. You get used to it after a while out here. It just is what it is. So yeah, priorities. And I really feel like, there's times where we handle the tension and the go better than other times. I feel like last week was even really hard for me, just coming back and just getting this whole routine started again, where we've got something every night. I think we had like 3 volleyball games last week, a football game, we had church, we had something else. It was just really busy. We had practices during the day and games at night. And so it just put a lot on us, and we didn't really see each other a lot. And so almost like I was struggling because some of the priority and I felt like some of the priority was like breaking down as far as our relationship. And I was like, He
was missing me.
Yeah, I was missing my honey, missing my family. I don't know, we're driving to a volleyball game. Things are stressful. We've got the AC out in our main vehicle that we transport all the kids in, the van. And so we took the truck, and that means like kids are piled in the back seat, and they're screaming and yelling and fighting and laughing and everything else. And I'm in traffic, and we're running late. And it's just like, it is a recipe for just a massive amount of anxiety. And I'm driving, and I felt like the Lord was just like, tapped me on the shoulder. And he just said, "Aren't you thankful for all this? Isn't this all so good?" And then I just stopped and I thought, and I was just like, man, like, I have a beautiful family, and they're all here together with me. And what else could I want? And my kids are all healthy, and they're in sports, and I'm here with my wife. And I'm even
sitting right next, because the bench seat on the front. It was like
yeah,
we were dating. It was so beautiful.
Put my arm around her. But even in traffic, and he just reminded me, like, there is traffic right now because even in the crazy turmoil of our country, we have a good economy. And people are driving back and forth to work, and they have the gas money to do it. And all these people are moving because things are good. And things are good here because there's traffic. And I've got nothing to complain about, and I have everything to be thankful for. And I feel like when you get bogged down, when you start getting anxious, when you get stressed, the immediate remedy to that, at least for me, is just gratitude. Just saying, thanks, Lord. Or just say, I've got it good. I've got it good, Another
thing that has really blessed us in this season and like kind of revolutionized my weeks and how I like tackle all the things, because I do have 5 kids and I am homeschooling, and I also teach a class at our co-op, and I do all the accounting for the store, which means I do all the payroll, all the taxes, all the filing, all the inputting, all the QuickBooks, all the data, all the bill paying, like, so, and maybe we'll talk about like what a day looks like, but in all that, plus sports, plus if I want to have any kind of social life or personal time or whatever, one thing that has been really, really good is that we prioritize a Sabbath, which it's not like legalistic or like we can't work or we can't whatever, but we schedule in our rest at the beginning of the week. So I like to take Saturdays. That's not always possible for whatever reason. And it's not always possible for Lance because sometimes he has to work. But I mostly know that Saturdays I'm going to rest. And I feel like I can give 100% Monday through Friday because I know Saturday's coming. Like Saturday's coming. And so I know my kids are really good. I have older kids that help with the younger kids. And my olders are really, they're just so good to me. They're like, Mom's resting. Yesterday was Saturday. It was our Sabbath. And I had like 3 hours. I just laid in bed. I read. I ordered some photos on my phone. It's really life-giving and rejuvenating for me. And then on Sundays, a lot of people take that as their day of rest. But for us, because Lance also works at our church, we're kind of fragmented that day because he goes early and our kids are going all different directions. So that wouldn't constitute a Sabbath for me. It's not that restful, getting 5 kids out the door. Just finding everybody's socks or shoes is like insanity. But then Sunday, I work to prepare for my week. And then I lay out my week on paper because I like paper and kind of get everything in order. And so that's been really, really helpful for me to not just feel like I'm treading water 7 days a week. It gets exhausting.
Well, and I feel like you hear that from people every once in a while. When things get overwhelming for them, they say, I've been working for 3 weeks straight and all this stuff. And it's like, well, that is stressful when you work straight 3 weeks through. And it's stressful when you work 2 weeks through. 14 days of nonstop is too much. And I think that's a reason that, I feel like weekly we just take a day off. And that's something that, we read the Bible and it kind of models for us. But at the same time, it's not a legalistic thing because the Bible made it really clear that the Sabbath is for us, that we're not created to serve the Sabbath. And this word Sabbath, it's like just a day of rest that, the Lord implemented a long time ago in the Old Testament. But Jesus gave it as a gift. The Lord, it's a gift to us to say, hey, I rested so you guys rest. And it's something that you need. It's something that everybody needs.
I've flirted with the idea of a day of rest for like 10 years, for like a decade now. I'd come back and be like, you know what? We just need a day of rest. And it's like, how are we going to do that? We've got baby showers and weddings and life and sports and what? And then, I think looking at how this year was going to go and really fully coming into my role as the accountant for the store, I knew that I needed it. And I'm like, this is amazing. I have energy. I have joy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm drowning. And I'm like a present mom.
And even during the week when things are like, when it's like Thursday and Friday, it's still like you can look forward and say, Saturday's coming.
Yeah.
We can do this.
Yeah.
It's just a little longer.
Saturday's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, that's one way you do it, prioritize rest.
So running your store, small town coffee shop, we're pretty simple here. I wouldn't say we're basic because we're specialty, we're craft. We got a lot of great stuff, but we're simple. And so what does like your week look like? And not just for the store, but like as entrepreneur, business owner, store owner, husband, father, friend, what does that look like?
It looks like a lot of busy. It looks like, I get up in the morning. I've been trying to wake up around the same time every day. I feel like that's really important. I get here usually around 7:15, 7:30. Help with the morning rush, and then just take care of all the little things. So whether it's scheduling food handlers, safety certification, whether it's earlier this week. I'm meeting with people for interviews tomorrow. There's just a million little things that have to happen. So I make sure to make that priority list like on Sunday and decide like what's the most important things I need to tackle, because it's a never ending list. What's the biggest things I need to hit? And then on Monday I come in, I go through the morning rush, and then we have a little bit of a lull in business. And that's when we get all of our orders done. And so I'll order coffee, and I'll order paper goods, and I'll order beer, and I'll order drinks, and we'll order potato chips and everything. We'll go through everything. We make a full inventory. We'll do groceries the next day. And then I calculate everybody's hours for the week. I get on our scheduling software, make another schedule, and just all the little things that just have to be taken care of to keep the store running in the background. I try to knock those out as early in the week as I possibly can. And that way, when I get to, the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it looks like a little bit more normal day. This week is going to be a little unusual because I'll be training people, but typically, I come in and work like a morning shift. I work Saturday mornings a lot of times just so I can meet a lot of the new people that come in. That's pretty much that for the store. And then I've got, on top of that, I've got family stuff. So typically in the evenings, we're doing games. Sometimes in the mornings, if I'm off, I'll take the kids to practice, trying to do family stuff. And then I've got stuff at the church. So I also do worship at the church. I'm our worship leader. And so I schedule everything for that. I schedule people to play. I pick out songs. I decide who's going to be singing what. I introduce new music. There's a whole host of things that go along with that too. So it makes for a busy week, but at the same time, Chelsea has made it a priority to like make a day of rest. And even on Friday, like, in all the chaos of the week, the house can get out of order when there's 7 people living in it and it's just running. And so Friday is what they call it house blessing day. And so they just clean up everything, like everything gets spotless. And so on Saturday when we wake up, it's done, and it's just a day of rest. And so it really is.
Well, it's hard for me to rest, right? Because our home, like you come home to rest, and I want it to be restful when you're there, but it's really hard for me to rest on Saturday because that is my work. That's like you taking a nap at the store. Things needing to be mopped and things, like, could you take a nap at the store? No, you couldn't, because it's operating and it's busy and there's always things to do. So in order for me to really have rest on Saturday, I have to take care of the things that have to be done. I need to get them done before. And so I got organized and I made a list, and my kids, their little initials are by their chores, and they're old enough to do chores. Even the 6-year-old. The 2-year-old, she just constantly pulls stuff out, but she's super cute, so everybody has mercy, and they're like, oh, yes, I'll take a break and paint your nails or whatever. But really, they're old enough to help. It's good for them. I think it's good for their character, good for them to see like what it takes to truly have a clean house, which my house is not all that clean.
Our house looks like your house.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we know your house. We know your house doesn't look like Instagram says it looks, right?
We all know what it looks like.
Maybe it does, but
some people can do it.
Some people can do it. I can't do it. So Lance and I were super fun because we're both the baby of our family. So we're like the same person. Like our personalities are super similar. So where we're strong, we're like really strong. Like talking to people, being outgoing, we're hilarious. Like, but
the funniest people we know.
But where we're weak, we're really weak. And so like
we're getting better.
Even when we first got married, it was like, whose job is these dishes? Like, surely that doesn't fall to me. Like, where's my mom? Like, somebody come clean up after me. So it's been a long learning journey, and I do not have a spotless house. But I do like to get it to a place that I have rest. And I think that's taken a good year of consistency with the kids. And you have to like make them do it. And then you have to check on them, and then you have to check on the job. And it's always more work to train somebody.
To make them do it again. Then you have to make them do it again.
Yeah. But it's always more work to train somebody than just doing it yourself. But I think that's like the investment that we set our face towards, so that they're gaining a skill, they're creating a good habit. And then it's like, our house isn't that big, but it's like, 2.5 hours, 3 for sure. The whole house is clean, like mopped, windows clean, like everything. So, yeah.
And that's I feel like that's a big part of just how we balance things. That Saturday, that priority list, and then that Saturday or other day, sometimes like this week, it was Thursday for me. Just having a day just to stop is really important.
Yeah, I think too that we try to schedule in something that like fills us up too. And if that doesn't fall on Saturday, that's okay, but as long as because we are pouring out, I think, a lot. We're giving to one another, we're giving to our store, we're giving to our community and to our kids. And there's a lot of kids. There's 5. It's a lot of giving.
Our parenting is tapped out right now. We are redlining it.
Saturday's coming. So that might look for Lance like, he hangs out with a friend or a group of guys for a game night, or he rides his Harley or whatever. And for me, I play volleyball. I like to paint. I'm not very good at it, but I like to do it. So, not really. You're so sweet. That's not. Anyway, so I think that's also important to kind of have something. And those things it's like an hour or 2 hours out of the whole week.
Yeah.
But making sure that we're doing something that fills us up, that's not monetized in any way, that's like, because I think this is a creative outlet for both of us, because we're both business minded, and we like that. We like dreaming and coming up with things and implementing things, and we have fun with that. But there's something about doing something that's not for anybody but you. And
it not being just staring at a screen, doing something that you just enjoy, that you can just enjoy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like that's all really important. Taking time for yourself, prioritizing rest, schedule it in. Favorite things about the store, favorite things about the week?
Saturday is my favorite thing.
Saturday's coming.
Saturday is like so lovely,
yeah,
because I can just give I just be all in wherever I'm at. But about our store, I think my very favorite thing is our people. I love our customers, and they're really special, but I don't work on the floor a lot. My interactions, more than with customers, are with our employees. And so I love our employees so much.
Yeah, they're awesome. We try to really pour into them too when we can.
And they're so gracious, because they know we're busy. When we're busy, they give us grace.
Yeah, we'll have them to the house sometimes, or we'll meet with them outside of work, or
they're our friends.
we try to do more than just be their boss. And honestly, I feel like there's this employee-employer relationship, and it's just unhealthy a lot of times. It's a real just separated approach that a lot of people have with their employees, and I really try not to do that. I try to break down that wall and really invest in our employees more than just what can I get out of you, but what can I give you that's not just money. I know that you need money to stay here. I know that you need money to survive, but what else do you need? So yeah, I mean, even people that, I feel like have struggled here in the past, I've even had to I've had to fire somebody before, and I've had to sit down and have hard conversations sometimes. And it's really, I approach those things looking at the individual and saying, what can I do to help you get to where you need to be, not only like as an employee, but as a person in whatever you're doing. I mean, I had to can somebody one time. We had a really difficult conversation. It was bad. But I'm still friends with that person. We still talk. We walked away from that conversation, and I really think he understood that I'm on your side, but this needs to happen, and I'm sorry. There's other times that, you know, people just aren't cutting it, and instead of just dropping the hammer and firing them, we give them another chance, and we give them another chance, and we give them another chance, and
But we pray for them.
Yeah, we pray for them, and we talk deep too. Like, hey, what's going on in your life? There's a lot of things that people carry around with them that make things difficult for them at work. Yeah. And just acknowledging that and putting yourself in their shoes, it really helps. It really helps that relationship and that dynamic. When your employees know Lance has my best interest in mind. He's not just trying to make money off of me, but he wants me to grow as a person, and he wants me to thrive as a person.
It's like when I come by in the morning, I'm excited about who I'm going to get to see. Like, I don't know who's working, who am I going to talk to. Yeah. So I love our people, and they're like my favorite. They're my favorite things about the store. I
think besides like, you know, our relationship with the employees and relationship with customers, which that's kind of like the foundation of even why we do what we do. It's because of the human connection in the end.
But you can't say that.
But I can't say that, so I'm going to pick a different thing. I really enjoy the creativity that comes with working in an environment like this, where I can come in, and if I have a crazy idea, or if somebody else, you know, on staff has a crazy idea, then we can just pull it out and try it. That's always fun. I love getting new coffees in. Oak Cliff is always coming out with like a new amazing coffee. And when we get those in, it's my job and my burden to make those coffees and brew them in such a way where it gives it its full potential. So where it's smooth, and where there's no bite, and there's no just no acidity and no harsh notes. So yeah, I like sitting down with the coffee and like dissecting it and figure out like, hey, what needs to happen with this, and how's it need to brew? Is it one that drips a little slower? Is it one that drips a little faster? What does the grind need to be? How many grams do we have to use per ounce of water? So yeah, that's fun for me. I like ordering new things too. So like the craft beers and the cigars and the coffees, I like looking through all those and saying like, okay, what are we going to get in this time? It's always fun.
I think our kids' favorite things would be the sodas, the craft sodas.
Yeah, that's another thing that I really enjoy. And so that's one thing. It's taken, God, it must have took me like 6 months to find a place that actually has all these sodas. And it's kind of like my little secret.
Don't tell.
Yeah. And so we get these sodas, and it's all stuff like go grab a few of them, and so we can show them. So we have a few of these sodas that like you can't find anywhere around here. It always blows my mind how you have Dr. Pepper, you have Coke, you have Pepsi, and that's about it. Like that's the thing. That's the big dudes that you see on the shelf. But then I come across like these amazing sodas that I really like, and you can't find them anywhere. So we tracked them down. We worked hard. So we got some Hanks here. They have like a root beer, and they have a vanilla cream, and they have a black cherry. They have an orange cream. They have all kinds of stuff. But Hanks is made in Pennsylvania, but I swear those people in Pennsylvania make this for Texas, because this sells better than any other soda we have. It's amazing. It just flies off the shelf. This guy right here, this fits. It's like a small batch root beer, but it's supposed to be like root beer on draft, which we also have, which is great. This guy right here is actually one that they only make in Europe and you have to import it in. It's the Grapette. So I think Walmart or somebody owns Grapette here in the United States. And so it's not quite the same.
Yeah, these are real sugar.
But this is all like cane sugar.
Nothing
stuff.
in that cooler has high fructose corn syrup. It's all, even if it's not a vintage soda, it's made with real sugar, the old fashioned way.
Yeah. And so that was one thing that really stood out in my mind going to high school right up the road. This store actually was my best friend's grandparents' store. And so one of them was the postmaster and the other one worked the counter. And so they would just hang out in here during the day. And it was kind of like this
Or
weird...
his grandmother would work both, right? She would sit in the post office, and if you needed to buy something, she'd come to the counter. If you needed something notarized, she'd go back to the post office. If you real fun.
So yeah, it's just been a cool dynamic, especially, having it a close friend's family. So we would come in here after school and we'd get like a hot pocket warmed up, and I would grab like a Sioux City sarsaparilla. Yeah. And they had like the IBCs and the Sioux City sarsaparillas and maybe a couple other root beers. And then they had like your normal soda lineup, but they would always carry these.
They didn't have like a label. They were like the raised glass so they would say Sioux City on the glass, and they were a fat bottle and they looked like beer. And so I would come in here and get my root beer and my beef jerky snuff. And candy cigarettes.
We were starting
and we were like, we are adults.
We were abusers.
Because we could buy, we'd have some money. We'd buy it with our own money. We'd buy our root beer, our jerky snuff, and our candy cigarettes.
It's good times. It was good times. And so ever since I took over, I would always we do need candy cigarettes. I hope they never outlaw candy cigarettes. Cigarettes aren't exactly good for you, but candy cigarettes are awesome. Candy vapes.
Vapes are like candy.
Whoa.
Cherry flavored.
Hey. Yeah, I guess vape is like candy, right? It's the people who grew up on candy cigarettes who are vaping now. Having those memories here. I wanted to bring the sodas to the store, and I wanted to have like some really odd options that when people came here, it would take them back to childhood. It would give them something new and refreshing other than the three huge brand names that you see everywhere. So I just tried to give them something unique. And honestly, like I say this all the time, like everything that we have in the store, it's just stuff that I like. So really you could sum it up into like...
all Lance's favorite things.
Yeah, Lance's favorite things.
These are a few of my favorite things.
And it's all about sharing. And that's part of why I like finding really cool things. That's why I like going through the list and just like poring over like a beer list that's 20 pages long to see what is available. And when I find like the blackberry cobbler sour, I'm like, oh yeah, let's try that out. Let's get some of that. Or if I find like a cigar that's, super rare, or one that's made, the top 10 list, I jump on it and I get it. Or whether it's a craft soda that looks really interesting, whether it's like, I had like one called Kitty Piddle in there. It was like a pineapple one and had a cat on the front, but it looked like Cat Whiz. That's always fun. Or we have like the Flying Cauldron butterscotch butterbeer. So that's always fun, just carrying crazy stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it's fun too, because while we offer more things and some real specialty things, our kids still can come in here and get a root beer, and they do. They're like, can I get a soda? And I'm like, kind of like a no sugar person, but
they would eat sugar all day long.
I know, you have to. It's like, why are you making me say no? Just make good choices. Raised you better than this. But once a week or a couple times a month they get to come in, get soda, and it's like, I hope that those are like just like core memories for them.
Yeah.
You know,
the fun memories.
yeah, and I think it is for other kids. There are other kids, like some of our regulars are kids, and we love them, and like our employees are good with kids, and so
lots of kids and grandparents come in, especially on Saturdays. Like Saturday mornings, they'll take them to the store.
That's Lance likes to work Saturday morning.
I love working Saturdays because so there's a lot of those people who come in. There's a lot of people who come in like for the first time on a Saturday morning because they make a trip out, or you know, it's always fun on Saturdays because you just meet those folks who are just chilling. You know, they're not in a hurry to get anywhere.
It's Saturday.
And they wanna try a really good coffee, or you know, I can't tell you, even last Saturday, how many people said, just make me something good. And I would just make up some drink for them, or I'd make them like our like limited rare geisha pour over, and just blow their mind with a cup of coffee, you know? Yeah. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
You're
a lot
so
of fun
cute.
on Saturdays. Oh, I love it. Hey, wait, not now, babe, not now. So yeah, that's some of our favorite things about the store.
What are some things that you dream about for the future of the store, or maybe things you would do if you weren't limited by space or by time or by fear or by whatever?
Yeah.
The economy, or...
I feel like we've added a lot of stuff here, but we're really out of space. We've done a lot with the space that we're in. And I keep like pushing it, but I feel like brewing beer would be a really fun thing. So I've been brewing beer for a few years just on the side, just as like a hobby. And it's a lot of fun. I haven't in a while because we've been so busy, but I've got some pretty solid recipes that I feel like people would like. And so that would be a lot of fun to do, like a coffee shop brewery. And then have some like food available, have a killer cigar selection, just have like, you know, live bands at night, you know, a little acoustic setup. I think that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a cool venue. I think doing something like outside, like we have a little spot out here. That's a slab. It'd be cool to get it covered, to do some little small venues out there, have some craft beer set up. Just share with the community. Make a couple kegs of beer and just give it away. It'd be fun.
some open mic nights.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun, yeah. Hey, YouTube, comment below if that's something that you'd like to see. Yeah, comment. That's kind of like dreams that I would have of like moving forward. You all right over there, Jared?
I'm joking.
You got some jalapeno juice? No? Jared had a jalapeno limeade earlier, and yeah.
You know, it gets in your head, you would tickle in your throat, and you're just like, don't cough.
Don't cough it. It's okay. You listen, Jared is there. He's here, and you know he's the camera guy. We love Jared.
Without Jared.
I know. I told him just to pull up a chair, and he's like, no. So yeah. Anywho, that's some of my favorite things about the store. What do you think?
I think, if space, time, money, nothing was an object, like nothing was an obstacle, I think I would push out a wall and put some more comfortable seating and an easy entryway into some cool outdoor space, a lot of greenery, shade.
Sounds really nice. It's like 108
Shush, this is my dream.
August.
I can dream. A girl can
I'm
dream.
dreaming too.
But that's what I would do, is have that kind of a little more. I want people to sit and stay a while. Sometimes with the limited space, it's hard. We manage. I think people come. I come to a book club here on Thursday mornings, and I don't ever feel rushed to leave or like I'm taking up space that somebody else needs. Like it all always fits.
There's definitely times in here though that people walk in and they expect it to stay, and it is so packed that people are just standing around. And so, yeah, I get it.
I want to be able to like accommodate our customers and in a better way.
Yeah.
So that would be my dream for the future, but I don't, we're in like a historic building. Like, I don't know who, like somebody might have a conniption if we like tore some walls down, but I think I would.
Well, these walls are like 2 foot thick or something too.
Yeah, but I would like an outdoor. I think to do some outdoor space and some open mic nights.
That'd be fun.
It'd be fun.
Hey, maybe coming soon.
Maybe.
Well,
that's good. We should talk about our dreams more.
What other question? What were we saying? So that's the question 3. What's the 4th one?
No, I think a day in the week, or a week in the life.
Favorite things.
Favorite things, dreams for the future, and juggling life work.
4 questions. That's good.
But maybe if you guys have some questions, comment below. Let us know what you'd like for us to talk about. Yeah. We're open books, and we want to know what you're interested in and share our story.
We'd love to know what you guys think. What you thought about the last couple of podcasts so far, what you want to see in the future, what you're interested in, where your walk is, what are you doing in the coffee industry, or whether it's just a hobby or you just like to make good coffee at the house. We want to know where you're at and what you want from us. We'd love to share whatever we know with you guys. It's been a really good journey, and we want to just make that available to whoever needs it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us and to check out our other podcasts. Check out our short videos. Check out some of the other stuff. Come see us in Lingleville if you guys want to. We're here, and this is what we love to do, and we'd love to meet you. Thanks for checking out Coffee Snob. Keep up the snobbiness. We'll see you next time.